Accountability Africa. Nigerians and indeed Africans are witnessing misrule, neglect, corruption, and in certain cases, good governance from leaders. Research has shown that in the case of bad leadership, all we do is complain. After that, some complainants are bought over, or in other cases, adjust quickly to the ugly leadership failures. The attendant effect of this is hardship in all forms, while the political office holders get away with these vices. Why? Because we don't ask questions, or rather, we don't hold them accountable. Accountability Africa is therefore a program designed to be showing projects put in place by political office holders by asking questions about the achievements or otherwise of our leaders at various levels on regional and state basis. While commendable activities are highlighted, the condemnable developments shall also be focused upon while talking to residents for their reactions. For instance, who should be held responsible for this and this? Who is behind this progressive one and this other progressive one? Do you have stories and pictures of abandoned projects, collapsed bridges unattended to, garbage dumps competing in height with story buildings and more? Is a manufacturing company channeling its wastes to your areas and you appear helpless? Send your contributions and findings to this WhatsApp number 0807 555 5566 or email odionbello@gmail.com. Accountability Africa, the much needed continental assessor. Welcome to Accountability Africa. Here we assess activities of those who have been charged with responsibilities of governance either through election or selection. While some go the extra mile to make life meaningful to the people, many care less. Another group consists of those with promises but no action. These are the people who will tell you they are preparing to build bridges across a road where there is no river. On this edition, we are assessing efforts of the Nigerian Army and the authorities of the Federal Capital Territory Administration. Let's start with a story from Bauchi State. August 5, 2019 was a night of sorrow for students and management of the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University Bauchi, ATBU, when tragedy struck in the wee hours in the Gubi campus of the institution. 3 students of the university were drowned when a pedestrian bridge within the main campus of the university located in Gubi, an outskirt of Bauchi metropolis, collapsed. The bridge which linked the university and the hostels was reported to have collapsed under the heavy current of the flood underneath. Investigation carried out by the ATBU management revealed that 3 bodies were actually recovered following the collapse of the bridge due to a downpour that lasted several hours across the state after rescue operations were concluded. The management had earlier said 4 died in the tragic incident. It also said nobody was missing, contrary to earlier claims by the students who insisted that some persons were missing. The students were later identified as Joseph Akoisa, 100 level, an indigene of Kogi State, Blessing Godfrey, 200 level, an indigene of Benue State, and Salmat Aliyu Akpaujo, 200 level, also an indigene of Kogi State. 2 females and a male, and they were all from the Department of Business Education and Management Studies. One of the victims, Salmat, had posted on her WhatsApp a status which was shared online by her friends after her death. My degree will not go up with me to heaven, therefore I will not come and kill myself over school. If I don't know it by 11:30 p.m., I am resting my head peacefully on my pillow and going to sleep. That's what she wrote. The Nation earlier reported that the incident, which occurred in the midnight, also left 7 injured. It was gathered that the tragedy occurred when some of the students were leaving the campus after reading overnight in preparation for exams. The incident triggered a protest among the students who blamed the tragedy on the school management for turning deaf ears to several pleas made by them on the deteriorating bridge. The Students' Union President, Nasir Mohammed, reportedly escaped being lynched by the students who protested the death of their colleagues. The National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has blamed the management of the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University Bauchi, ATBU, for the incident which led to the death of the 3 students. The national president of the association, Comrade Danielson Babidele Akwan, who addressed a press conference in Bauchi, said the ugly incident could have been avoided if the management of the institution had responded to several complaints regarding the deplorable condition of the bridge by the Students' Union.
I've confirmed from the medical personnel that only two students lost their lives, and I was able to go to the mortuary there in the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University Teaching Hospital, Bauchi, where I was told that the corpses were taken to Yellow campus, down to Gubi campus. The students are very unhappy because the management has failed to come and repair the bridge for about 2 weeks. But then after repairing it by the Students' Union, the heavy rain came yesterday. Some students were on the bridge after reading at the night. We are on the verge of writing examinations. So students were on the bridge, they exert pressure on it, and it collapsed.
You might wish to know more about Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University before we go deeper and deeper into this edition of Accountability Africa.
The Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University is a technology-based institution of higher education. Its mandate is to groom students in science and technology-oriented courses in order to provide Nigeria with top-class science and technology researchers and scholars. The university is located in the city of Bauchi, the capital of Bauchi State in northeastern Nigeria. It was established in 1980 by the federal government of Nigeria. The university is named after Nigeria's first Prime Minister, the late Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. The university runs 2 campuses. The old campus is based in Yelwa area of Bauchi City, while the new campus is located at Gubi, a suburb of the city. Popularly known as ATBU, the university is one of Nigeria's top technical institutions of higher education with fantastic facilities. Because of its reputation, ATBU has over the years attracted students and scholars from both within and outside Nigeria. Today, it has a student population of over 10,000, including both undergraduates and postgraduates. At the moment, the university runs 6 academic faculties. These are the Faculty of Agriculture and Agricultural Technology, the Faculty of Engineering and Engineering Technology, and the Faculty of Environmental Technology. The rest are the Faculty of Management Sciences, the Faculty of Science, and the Faculty of Technology Education. The Faculty of Agriculture and Agricultural Technology runs 3 departments. Faculty of Engineering and Engineering Technology runs 9 departments. The Faculty of Environmental Technology has 8 departments. In the Faculty of Management Sciences, there are 5 departments. The Faculty of Technology Education runs 3 departments. In the Faculty of Science, there are 6 departments. In addition to the 6 faculties, a new College of Medical Sciences has also been established. The college offers courses in medicine, surgery, and the health sciences. The Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, also runs a School of Postgraduate Studies. This school offers courses leading to the awards of postgraduate diplomas, as well as master's and doctorate degrees. The university also has 2 directorates that provide academic support services. These are the Directorate of Basic and Remedial Studies and the Directorate of General Studies. In pursuit of its goals for excellence in academics, ATBU has also established a number of directorates and centers. One of these is the Zero Emission Research Initiative, ZERI, which seeks to eliminate all forms of waste in the society. There is also the Directorate of Research and Innovation. This directorate endeavors to promote the drive for research in the minds of both lecturers and students. Presently, the university is in the process of establishing a technology park through a triple helix approach, which will bring its academic research and discoveries in collaboration with investors and the government, which serves as the third leg of the helix by providing the enabling environment. Because ATBU attaches high premium to excellence in all its activities, it has also established the Directorate of Planning and Quality Assurance. The Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University is working hard to realize its goals as a Nigerian public university. Consequently, all courses offered by the university have the approval of the federal government of Nigeria through the National Universities Commission, which is the government agency charged with the responsibility of accrediting all courses in Nigerian universities. To maintain its visibility in the African continent, the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, is affiliated to the Association of African Universities, which is a UNESCO-approved organization.
Now to the big question. Who should construct the bridge? Whether the bridge is situated within the premises of ATBU or not, the fact remains that it may be too much of a huge capital project for the university. ATBU is in Bauchi. The Vice Chancellor is Professor Mohammed Abdulaziz. Bauchi State has Bala Mohammed as governor. The local government has a chairman. But who eventually fixed the collapsed bridge?
And succor has finally come the way of the academic community at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi. This followed the construction of the collapsed pedestrian bridge linking the university with the neighborhood where most of the students reside. As our correspondent now tells us, the Nigerian Army carried out the construction work on the bridge, which collapsed in August due to heavy downpour that claimed the lives of some students.
Been a moment of joy and a dream come true for the students of Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, ABTU campus, as the Nigerian Army commissioned a new bridge. It is a replica of the previously collapsed bridge that claimed the lives of students some few months ago. It has been constructed by the Nigerian Army.
We received a directive from the Army headquarters following the sad incident that happened here, that we are to immediately mobilize and come and see that this bridge is brought up as soon as possible.
The bridge has been built by the Nigerian Army engineers, and all on behalf of the Chief of Army Staff that I demand is maintenance.
Some of the students lent their voices, saying the role of the Nigerian Army has gone beyond fighting terrorism in the country to providing humanitarian services.
Students are very much happy with this kind of gesture shown by the Nigerian Army. They promised to reconstruct the collapsed bridge, and they did that.
So guys, we're so happy and we're delighted to have this bridge by the Nigerian Army.
We must say we are very happy and we really appreciate the gesture from the Nigerian Army.
The Vice Chancellor of the institution, Professor Mohammed Abdulaziz, expresses his gratitude to the Army for the gesture. He, however, promises to strengthen the relationship between the Nigerian Army and the institution.
What I've always known about the Nigerian Army is that it is the largest component of the Nigerian Army and is responsible for land warfare operations. It bears the brunt of the nation's security challenges. So to the Nigerian Army, we say a big thank you. Accountability Africa. Nigerians and indeed Africans are witnessing misrule, neglect, corruption, and in certain cases, good governance from leaders. Research has shown that in the case of bad leadership, all we do is complain. After that, some complainants are bought over or, in other cases, adjust quickly to the ugly leadership failures. The attendant effect of this is hardship in all forms, while the political office holders get away with these vices. Why? Because we don't ask questions, or rather, we don't hold them accountable. Accountability Africa is therefore a program designed to be showing projects put in place by political office holders by asking questions about the achievements or otherwise of our leaders at various levels on regional and state bases. While commendable activities are highlighted, the condemnable developments shall also be focused upon while talking to residents for their reactions. For instance, who should be held responsible for this and this? Who is behind this progressive one and this other progressive one? Do you have stories and pictures of abandoned projects, collapsed bridges unattended to, garbage dumps competing in height with story buildings and more? Is a manufacturing company channeling its wastes to your areas and you appear helpless? Send your contributions and findings to this WhatsApp number 0807 555 5566 or email odionbello@gmail.com. Accountability Africa, the much needed continental assessor. The Federal Capital Territory FCT is a federal territory in central Nigeria. Abuja, the capital city of Nigeria, is located in this territory. FCT was formed in 1976 from parts of the Kwara, Niger, Kaduna, and Plateau states. Bulk of the landmass was carved out of Niger State. The minister is Mohammed Bello, while Ramatu Tijani is Minister of State. The FCT senator is Philip Stanimu Aduda. He served 2 terms in Nigeria's House of Representatives between 2003 and 2011 and was elected to the Senate of the FCT in April 9, 2011, the elections running on the ticket of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. FCT also has 2 representatives who represent Abuja South and Amak/Bari. Another gentleman relevant here is Felix Nwako. All these people mentioned have 1 or 2 roles to play, except probably the Minister of State who is new in office. What are we talking about? We are talking about dividends of democracy, which mean advancement and development for the people. If the FCT administration can be proud to say it has been delivering dividends of democracy to the people, I am sure it will not amount to hate speech to say that the inability to finish work on the Karshi to Apo Road is indeed a minus to FCT administration.
The Apo-Karshi-Ara Road was awarded in 2011 at a cost of 6.4 billion naira to serve as an alternative route that will ease traffic congestion along the Yanya-Mararaba axis. With the road still a far cry from completion, FCT Minister Muhammad Musa Bello expressed disappointment, saying the Federal Capital Development Authority (FCDA) and the Satellite Town Development Department (STDD) have failed to ensure strict supervision of the contractor.
What we just saw is a strip of asphalt from nowhere to nowhere. Because how could you say you are constructing a road from Karshi to Apo and you just do it halfway without even thinking and even awarding the linkage between Apo to this place we are here? If all the traffic is routed from Karshi and they decide to come here, for God's sake, how are they going to enter the city? So this is a big embarrassment and it's a shame to us, all of us.
FCDA and STDD officials traded blames with the contractor.
The total amount of 2.3 billion has been paid.
The contract was not based on any critical design. It was just on something too preliminary that you cannot even use it for anything.
We bidded for Karshi-Ara Road. We did not bid for this road. We were given as an addendum. And we saw big gullies which we did not negotiate for.
Residents of Wassa community in the area pleaded for the completion of the road.
We are crying. Please, it should just come to our aid. Help us and take good care of this road.
As a way forward, the minister left the contractor with the option of either completing the project speedily or opting out of the contract.
If you find that this project was given to you as a mistake or you think you are doing a favor for anybody for taking this project, please just stop it. We cancel it. We get somebody. Go ahead and continue your project on the Karshi-Ara Road if that is what you want to do. And then we'll get somebody competent to do this.
This report on a national television was broadcast in 2016. There you heard that the contract was awarded in 2011 at a cost of 6.4 billion naira. Then a report from another national station was filed in 2018. December 2019, we went out to discover that the story has remained the same. Oh my God.
The Karshi-Apo Road is about 13.125 kilometers, linking Karshi Town and Apo District in Abuja City Center. The road project was awarded in 2011 by the Federal Capital Territory Administration. When the idea to construct the road came up, residents of Karshi and indeed Nigerians living in that axis heaved a sigh of relief. They will no longer have to ply the Maraba-Yanyan Road, the only road linking Nasarawa State and the FCT, with heavy human vehicular hold-up.
If the road opens, the entire FTC will enjoy it because it will decongest traffic. Someday you will go to Nyanya there and see everybody is choked up. There's no way, there's no alternative route. But if this road is being completed, it will reduce all those things, if not eradicating it completely.
The agrarian culture of the people is also expected to receive a boost, unlike the setback they experience now due to inaccessible road to the city center. Now post-harvest loss is heavy. Clearview TV caught up with some of the residents. They bear their minds on their daily experience.
Personally, I am not losing alone. The whole community is losing economic wise, more especially those who are within this environment. Because if they open the roads as they are doing, everybody will enjoy it. The road will flow. Economic activities will pass through from Apo town to Kalishi. Kalishi people has food items. People from the town, from Apo and the environs can always come in here every 4 days and get what they need. But because of the road, that can't happen.
We lose a lot of things because of when you are based, whatever you are based in your farm, you cannot be able to take it to anywhere because of there's no road. The only road we use, the Jikwe road to down to Yanya, is too conventional. So we are pleasing to government to finish this Apo road for us. It's not remaining more than 8 or 7 kilometers. Those axes from Apo down to Shori is already done. But from Karishi to the Shori, nothing has been done. So we are pleasing to government to finish the road for us. But actually we are seeing improvement.
Most pathetic is the ordeal of students who have to go the distance and difficult terrain to their schools, when a shorter Karishi-Apo road would have done so much good. Sometimes accidents occur on this path as motorists and cyclists attempt to wangle through the difficult terrain, and it could be ghastly.
Our people really face serious hardship because of once it's a rainy season, we have schools there, like a primary school, secondary school, that all the villagers are there that are living under Karishi, and majority of the teachers, they are living in Karishi. They cannot be able to go to the school and teach all of the children anything. So they only live at the school. It's only a dry season that can be able to even drive their bike down to the school and teach the children something. So we are pleasing to government to do something because of all those children that are villaged there, they can learn something from the teachers.
We don't reach almost 10 years now where they don't do this road. Then they go so now for that road I get this problem. You understand? Then this road several times people they complain no road, no road, no road. When we reach rainy season, no road. Some people when they car their car from Apo to Rankashi, no road. Then they will begin to use their this thing, machine or the pack and forehead, they carry and they come market, no road, nothing. When they ask them, they will say they don't finish them. When they come, they never finish them. It's still there. Also, if you go there like this, you go see there, no road.
This road here, from here to Apo, majority of workers say, some of us, we want to follow this road to Apo Road, Apo Town. But some of us have to follow through Mararaba, Yaya to the other side. But if they can finish this road, it will be very vital so that if they will be following this other side.
The crew observed construction work and went as far as to the point where construction work is stalled. At the time of reporting, getting relevant officials to talk on camera was not possible. But in a phone chat with Director of Satellite Services of the FCT, Engineer Felix Wanko, we gathered that everyone will smile by the end of the first quarter of 2020.
Despite the fact that Nigeria is the giant of Africa and has a lot of rich human and natural resources, many of its roads or highways are in terrible conditions and they have become death traps and nightmares for the citizens. Accountability Africa has therefore found out that the contentious Apo-Kashi Road has economically affected many Nigerians, especially the daily users. It has disrupted a lot of economic activities and has also resulted to some mishaps. We equally found that economic life of the people, especially longevity and lifestyle, has been affected. Hence, to drastically reduce this negative effect, Accountability Africa therefore recommends that government should award contracts to those contractors that have strong financial base for their projects. And they should make every effort to supervise the work for the safety of the citizens. And when there is a change in administration, previously commenced projects should not be abandoned. Accountability Africa. Nigerians and indeed Africans are witnessing misrule, neglect, corruption, and in certain cases, good governance from leaders. Research has shown that in the case of bad leadership, all we do is complain. After that, some complainants are bought over or, in other cases, adjust quickly to the ugly leadership failures. The attendant effect of this is hardship in all forms, while the political office holders get away with these vices. Why? Because we don't ask questions, or rather, we don't hold them accountable. Accountability Africa is therefore a program designed to be showing projects put in place by political office holders by asking questions about the achievements or otherwise of our leaders at various levels on regional and state bases. While commendable activities are highlighted, the condemnable developments shall also be focused upon while talking to residents for their reactions. For instance, who should be held responsible for this and this? Who is behind this progressive one and this other progressive one? Do you have stories and pictures of abandoned projects, collapsed bridges unattended to, garbage dumps competing in height with story buildings and more? Is a manufacturing company channeling its wastes to your areas and you appear helpless? Send your contributions and findings to this WhatsApp number 0807 555 5566 or email odionbelo@gmail.com. Accountability Africa, the much needed continental assessor. And before we go, let's take a trip to Kwara State, to be precise, Ifelodun local government area, where we have a case of abandoned project, rural electrification. The contract was awarded by the Nigerian government when Ajadi Makonjola was the senator. We reliably gathered that he played a prominent role to make sure the electrification became real. I, however, doubt if the gentleman will be happy now, as the project was halted by the contractor simply referred to as Obalola. The two communities of Agboro and Wajo were left out. I had a phone chat with the secretary of the community.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Well done. Oh,
thank you, sir.
Please, we want to know from you the outcome of the rural electrification scheme. The contract was awarded long time ago, and we discovered that it was supposed to benefit Atonda, Idande, Agboro, and Wajo. What is happening? It has stopped, and Agboro and Wajo, they are not benefiting. What is the situation of things now?
Thank you very much, sir. The situation is very bad. The project was awarded both for community, Atada, Indali, Wajo, and Agboro. But unfortunately, the project stopped at Indali. While we saw our own pole in Atada Palace, and the Oba of Atada told us that this is our part, this is the pole of our community. But later we didn't see the pole, and we asked for it. And he told us that the contractor is already sold the pole. We didn't know what is happening. We asked for the question. We didn't see response from the Oba of Atada. And luckily, we tried to get the number of the contractor. And when we saw the message and you are fighting for the less privileged in Nigeria. I try to send the message to you that something happened in our community. We are looking for your help and assistance to fight for the cause of the masses.
All right. Now, have you people spoken with the contractor? I hear he is Obalola.
Obalola is the contractor which the project awarded for. Is the one that did the project. And we try to get in touch with him. We did get that opportunity. But I don't know what is happening because we know that the project is for 4 communities. Both Atada, Indali, Wajo, and Rangmara. Since then, 2 other communities left from the project, and they are in darkness more than 5 or 6 years now.
Which are these communities?
Agboro and Wajo.
Okay.
They are the ones that are not benefiting from the project. Even by time, Agboro tried to cut the wood to get electrification to their area.
Yes.
But they know that the wood, you have the limited time. And it's not even long time that they will be destroyed.
Yes.
And try to go and bought themselves and send to their people and their children in Lagos State to contribute for the project and buy the concrete pole one by one.
Okay.
But now, what is in total darkness, they are not even benefit from the project now.
Okay.
They are not even be able to get the concrete pole because they are low, they are massive, majority massive in the community. They can't start for the dark money to use for that project.
All right.
That's the situation now.
If I heard you right, are you saying Agboro and Wajo, they've not had light for the past 6 years?
Yes, that is true. That is true.
All right. We will try and get in touch with Obalola, the contractor, and we will also try and speak with Engineer Ashiru, which is the current senator of that area, and other personalities.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Secretary. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate your efforts
Thank
and
you.
your fight there for the ordinary masses that they are not even have anybody to fight for them.
No problem,
We know that
sir.
you are working for God, and may God Almighty God reward you, sir.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Secretary. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We will continue in the next edition when we hope to have spoken with Senator Makonjola and the 7th Senator, Ashiru. We'll also talk with Engineer Phyllis Nwako of the FCDA. That will be all on this edition of the program. I am Ojo Bello. Bye for now. Accountability Africa. Nigerians and indeed Africans are witnessing misrule, neglect, corruption, and in certain cases, good governance from leaders. Research has shown that in the case of bad leadership, all we do is complain. After that, some complainants are bought over or, in other cases, adjust quickly to the ugly leadership failures. The attendant effect of this is hardship in all forms, while the political office holders get away with these vices. Why? Because we don't ask questions, or rather, we don't hold them accountable. Accountability Africa is therefore a program designed to be showing projects put in place by political office holders by asking questions about the achievements or otherwise of our leaders at various levels on regional and state bases. While commendable activities are highlighted, the condemnable developments shall also be focused upon while talking to residents for their reactions. For instance, who should be held responsible for this and this? Who is behind this progressive one and this other progressive one? Do you have stories and pictures of abandoned projects, collapsed bridges unattended to, garbage dumps competing in height with story buildings and more? Is a manufacturing company channeling its wastes to your areas and you appear helpless? Send your contributions and findings to this WhatsApp number 0807 555 5566 or email odionbello@gmail.com. Accountability Africa, the much needed continental assessor.